Ugly truth. It's Friday. That's time for us to look at our ugly truth. With Stephanie in the studio.
Yes.
Where are you going
hello,
today?
Hello. Well, I have to watch some kind of performance. It's like one of the school assignment.
Oh.
And then, I don't want to, I always dress up. Especially when I go to the theater and watch, it's like very artistic, artsy day.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that in Korea, they don't really have that culture. Because in the U.S., when you say that I'm going to go to the ballet, I'm going to go to an opera, a play, or a musical.
You dress up.
Most of the time you dress up.
And it's part of fun,
Yeah, you kind of get dressed up. It's a date type of thing.
Well, it's by myself. I bought my ticket.
Well, I mean, anyways. But
dude.
When you tend to go out, most of the time, it is a little bit more of a culture to get dressed up and dolled up in the
States. Right, a little bit like a fancy, and then, it's a what are the chance that you can, like appeal yourself, make an appearance or like make an entrance to your date. But today, I'm going there by myself and I'm still, working out.
You're still working it.
But I don't care.
Well, no, I mean,
it makes me feel better.
Of course. No, of course. I was actually able to meet up with one of my girlfriends who got married. She's actually living in the States right now, but she came back to visit. And so last Saturday, we ended up meeting up for brunch, and I hadn't really dressed up in a while, and the weather's been really good these days.
Oh my God, did you just sit on the terrace?
Well, no, we wanted to, but the area the place that we went to, the brunch place, it's all windows. So no matter where you sit, it's
can
really
see the
nice.
view.
Yeah,
oh my
it's really
goodness.
nice. So, we had fun. I kind of got dressed up.
That's nice.
For girls, every once in a while, you put on a dress or you get dressed up, you put your hair and makeup on a little bit,
I mean, your hair's pretty today.
Thank you. Okay, so I've found out that my hair is a lot easier to handle this way. So, in the morning, because my hair's getting longer, it's always in my face. Because your bangs are shorter, but I grew my bangs out.
Right. So it's always covering your eyes.
So during my show, I'm always like touching my hair.
I've been there.
You know what I mean? So
I'm
like every time I see myself in the
monitor,
the video, I'm like touching my hair, and I feel really bad because I feel like my listeners will be like, she's got like ADD or something. She keeps touching her hair.
No, but it's like that's like one of the girls' thing because especially when we check the message board, or the stories, the scripts, we look down.
It looks down.
We can't do that. We can't control. But when the bangs, but I don't want to have a short bang.
Yeah.
But still, it's a little pokey. But it's okay. It's like
it's side bangs. Yeah,
the side bang is better. But I like that. I like that.
So it's easier for me. So I wake up in the morning, I dry my hair. I'm like,
I know it's like very
side.
easy. Yeah, but I can't braid my hair. By myself.
I can teach you, but it does take practice.
No. I don't care. No.
She's gonna try and learn. She's like, no, forget it.
It's like, don't touch my hair.
Don't touch my hair. I'm not gonna do it anymore.
I think I'm very sensitive about my hair. I don't know why. Maybe I'm.
Did you know that there is a braider machine?
What?
Yeah, there is a machine that braids your hair.
Like braid, like a little thin braid. Or
so what you do is, it's actually can't do that. Think of a braid. What you do is, there's 3 little slots. You put a piece of hair in there, and then you press the button. You press the button, and it braids. It braids for you. It does.
So you have to take all, you have to take the whole time to, put your, the
strands of hair,
strands of hair
in there, and then you press the button. It's like
it's like 1.3. And then, that was done. And then you move on to next hair part. And then put it.
No, but they seriously have one.
That's just pathetic. I'm sorry.
They have one. And recently, speaking of hair products, I found out that there's this one commercial to curl your hair. You stick a piece of hair into this it looks like a hammer, but you stick a piece of hair in there, and then you pull it up. It kind of rolls up your hair, and then you pull it out, and voila, it's a curl. I'll show it to you later.
Why don't you just go to hair salon?
That's what you're doing. Okay, so
yes, let's move
ugly
on.
truth. We have an update. Ben, so he was going through a lot of problems with his.
Yes, what happened?
He told his mom. He got the answer that he expected. His mom went crazy.
Yay! But he still got it.
Yeah, he still told her.
Good.
But he's so excited because he's ready to come enjoy,
Uh-huh.
and he has an extra $200 in the bank just in case something bad goes happen
Good,
or he
good,
needs
smart.
it. Yeah, have extra money, but he's done. He's
So
good.
you're coming.
So he's coming.
Ben, welcome.
So don't forget to join the studio.
I
if you
know,
can.
we want to see you.
All right, so first story.
All right, so first one, Joanne from Australia. Hello, Isaac and Stephanie. I'm working at the same place. I started work here about an year ago. When I started to work there was a coworker who used to help me a lot. One day I called my good friend to my workplace so we can have dinner together after my work. My friend Jessica, she is pretty, have a nice shape of body. She got everything that guys like. My coworker likes Jess too. So they started to date for about 3 months, I think. So after that, I didn't have contact with my coworker. But a few months ago, he came back to get a job here again. And now he wants to go out with me. I mean, he is nice and everything, but he's my friend's ex. So I asked to Jess, and she said, "Oh, it's okay. If you are interest, you can go out." When, we went out for 3 months, but it wasn't serious. Do you think she meant it? I'm so confused. I think he is nice to hang out, but I'm not deeply into him. Should I just refuse him? So A, go out with him, and B, keep friendship with Jessica. So yes, vote. Now we will accept your vote, right?
B. B. B.
So I don't know. I need to see more details. Because, you know what?
I just would never be able to date any of my acquaintances' exes.
Yeah, because that will cause some problem. But
No, it's for me. I'm very selfish here. I don't want to have to keep thinking about my friend with my current boyfriend. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If I start dating a guy that one of my friends dated, and even though they broke up, if he says something sweet to me or if he buys me something, I'll be like, did he buy that for you? Did you do that to her too? No.
Oh my god! You know what? The funny thing is whatever. It's yes. Please vote for A or B. A, go out with him. B, keep the friendship with Jessica. For me, I had this experience. Of course, I did, and I was Jessica. So I was Jessica's position, right? It's not the friend that I was best friend with 10 years.
That's not that one.
No.
Okay.
She didn't even ask.
Oh yeah, true.
She didn't ask. She just she's just stabbed from my back.
Yeah,
Yeah. But so I don't talk to her. But this, I had a situation, and she was younger than me. She was younger than me, and then I went out with that ex-boyfriend about 2 months, I think. 2 or 3 months. It's very similar to this, right? But it wasn't that serious. I was the one little serious about him, but he was very busy with his work. So, and then we didn't let's go out or let's break up. We didn't have that kind of conversation because not a lot of couples do that. So, and they're curious about, are we in a relationship? But for me, I don't really care. Mm-hmm. But I felt, and he knows that we were kind of seeing each other, right? Mm-hmm. But because we were so busy, we could not meet anymore. So, and then what happened was, I don't know, it was 6 months or 8 months later, this girl came up to me and she just randomly asked me if she's gonna be okay to go out with him. So I'm like, why are you asking me? Mm-mm. Because I was being too nice, but it was a little not hurt, but it was a little surprising that she can actually stand, put herself out there and then tell me, because that needs a lot of courage, So I was like, yes, yeah, but why are you asking me? And she was like, you went out with him, and I'm like, yeah, but it's done. But you can, you can
have my leftovers.
Yeah, you can have it. It's like. It's okay. And then, you know what? Guess what? So after they dated, and then after that, they didn't date for long, which is kind of obvious, right?
Yeah.
And then that ex-boyfriend, I still talk to him, not like a text him, but like through the internet, you know, SNS, right? So, but I don't think those two are talking to each other. So, you know, I don't know. That's my true story to share with Joanne because I don't think that relationship's gonna last long, you know, when you really go out with him. But especially when you're when you're close with Jessica. Is Jessica working with Joanne at the same workplace? Yes or no?
I don't think so.
No. Okay. So maybe that's because if you guys are in the same you know, area working together, then that's worse. But
well, I mean, he went back to your job to get a job again, so he's now working again there. So
I'm talking about Jessica.
No, I know, but now I'm bringing up the segment of, or the topic of, don't date guys at your work.
Right. That's not. Yeah. That
it gets really awkward really fast.
And when you go out, when you break up, especially.
So awkward.
I know. So we always tell you it's not a good idea to date a coworker.
You know why? It's also, don't even marry your coworkers either, because watch, you get in a fight at home and everybody knows you two are married, and then you guys come to the office and you guys are like, you know, screaming at each other, or you're giving each other the silent treatment. All of your other coworkers will be like,
if it's like
you guys fight this morning?
Yeah,
you know
if
what
it's like a different floor, maybe that's fine.
Yeah.
Maybe that's fine. But if it's like the same area, like the same floor, that's Ouch.
So like, for example, if you're maybe working in the mall and you work at a certain store and he works the security, that's okay.
If that's like a far distant.
Yeah, you're in the same workplace, but you're not necessarily in the same area. But if you're working in the same exact place, like you're in a restaurant and you're dating another waiter because you're a waiter as well, that gets very awkward very fast. Very, very awkward very fast.
I know.
So, for me, I am honestly going to say Team B. The reason is because it gets awkward. And I'm talking not by like third party where you need to be nice to your friend. I'm being very selfish about this answer and saying I wouldn't want to constantly think about my friend every time I'm dating this guy. Because I was originally, you know, I originally connected those two together. Mm-hmm. This actually happened to my former friends.
Uh-huh.
They didn't really date, but one of my girls had a fling with one of her guy friends. Now they were still friends, but they had a fling on and off.
Right.
They never dated, but you know, they had a fling. Now, one of the girls in the group decided that she fell in love with the guy. Okay. And so she asked, can I date him? And she got all teary-eyed and she just like, I don't want to I don't want to be a bad friend. Don't hate me. Right. And, that friend that had the fling, she originally was just like you. Why are you asking me?
I know.
He's just a friend. It's not like we dated or anything. Go for it.
We kind of had the feelings to each other, but it wasn't like a deep dating.
So, that ended up happening the entire 2 years that they were dating, the girl and the guy. The girl treated my friend like his ex. So even though we were all
she
together,
was very insecure.
Exactly.
Her mind was not set. Her mind was not ready
for the relationship.
But she was like, because of her heart was beating, she just went for it.
Exactly.
Right? Okay.
So in the end, like even if
girls
you really
emotion,
even if you really
so
really
emotional.
like the guy, it's going to be really hard because you're going to meet up with this guy and your friend. Because, I mean, you're going to take your friends out when you're dating somebody, and this is always going to be a problem because they dated before. So, in the end, I'm talking from a very selfish perspective, too.
No, it's not.
It's a lot easier for you to say no. But send in your votes, Team A or Team B, and we're going to collect those throughout the segment today.
Yes.
Don't forget, we are going to be giving you guys K-pop CDs as well. So, if you guys have any more other ugly truths, we're going to take those as well. We've got Stop There, 그대로 멈춰라, by Blockbeam. We'll see you guys after this.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have you guys still vote for
vote
Team A or Team B. So in the situation of our first story, Joanne is working in the same place with this guy. He started dating her friend. They broke up after about 2 to 3 months. He quit working there. Now he's back to get a job, and so it looks like he's got the job.
Yes, he's with Joanne.
So now he wants to kind of date Joanne. And so
He
she's
asked her
like,
out.
should I date him? Or should I just keep my friendship with her friend? So team A is to just date him, give it a try. Or team B is to choose the second one.
I know. So during the music break, we were like talking about our, old situations, and it's it happens all the time.
And we ended up finding out that we were talking about the same person. So we both know a common girl that loves to date guys who are our leftovers. Our leftovers. But funny thing is her leftover and my leftover are completely different guys, but it seems that girl that we know.
So it's like step 1 and step 2. Exactly.
But remember, guys, when it comes to, especially for me, my motto is like, if your girlfriends, it doesn't even have to be like a close friend. If you're an acquaintance dated a guy that you are either thinking about dating or whatever, whenever you break up with somebody or a guy cheats on you, that person's getting your leftovers. So just think about it that way. It'll help you feel a lot better about yourself.
Oh, yes, of course.
All right, so we've got another story from the USA.
Yes, this is from Lena. Hello, finally, it's Friday. I want to talk about my boyfriend. Oh, he needs some kind of help. We've been together quite a long, so he is very cautious man. I mean, very, very, okay, sometimes too much. Whenever we talk about or going out to shop together, he asks thousands questions to buy one thing. How much is it? Is it real? It says 100% cotton, but it doesn't feel like. There's no way this is so cheap. Maybe something wrong with this. You gotta think about this again. And go on and on and on and on. And he wants to know everything about me. Even though I tell him the truth. He's keeping asking about my path or a day. I don't know. I feel like it's trust problem. It's more like his bad habit or personality. Do you have any ideas to make his all worries away? No, that's his personality.
It's his personality.
Maybe
it's
he
not gonna change.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. Cause for my point of view, to give you an ugly truth, guys who cheat, guys who are thinking about bad stuff, or I don't know, cheating especially, because they are doing their girlfriend or everything. But seems like if I think this is not only the relationship, he's always very picky and very cautious about everything. So that's his personality. But especially when it comes to relationship, because I was really what is that? Manipulating and controlling. That's all. Everything is from insecurity. So, and guys know what other guys will think, what, other guys' thoughts. So they're very worried because they've been there. So that's why they keep control, try to control and cautious about, the relationship, and especially the trust thing. The trustworthy thing. If he doesn't trust you, then that means he did something. I don't know that.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and help you guys differentiate of what Stephanie's talking about: trust and personality. So we think that Lena, your boyfriend right now, it's his personality. Why? Because you're talking about clothes as well. So during your everyday life, he's just very curious of a person. He likes to ask the question why. He's like a repetitive 5-year-old. Why? Why? I swear my cousins have done this before. I smacked them so hard and I locked them in a room because they were annoying. But that's because I love them and they're my cousins, and then I buy them ice cream. But anyways, I know that you're not going to be able to do that to your boyfriend and then buy him ice cream. So, that's his personality. But this is a difference between trust. Now, if this was a trust issue, and a friend of mine, she was dating this guy. Sweetest guy in the world. We loved his personality. He was a really people person for us as well. So
outgoing, easygoing.
Very outgoing. He loved us. Okay. We loved hanging out with him. Right. He was very laid back. He pretty much, they made the perfect couple. We loved their relationship. So at the beginning, we were kind of worried because she kept leaving town because he lived outside of Seoul in her old hometown, and so she would always leave Seoul on the weekends. So we kind of got jealous in the beginning because we felt like our friend was being taken away from us. Because she would always be like, "No, I'm gonna be at home."
My boyfriend.
Yeah. So we were kind of sad at first, but then once we got to know him, we'd be like, "Go,
Right,
go on
right,
vacation,
right,
go have fun, you two.
Right.
We'll let you guys be." And then all of a sudden, about a year and a half into the relationship.
That's pretty long.
Yeah, her and some of us other girls, we love to go eat tteokbokki or spicy rice cakes. And there's a place that we like to go to. It's really chill. There's not a lot of people. It's not like a drinking place, but they do sell alcohol. So we do maybe order a bottle of soju, and then we have just talk.
Beer, whatever.
But it's a very bright place. It's not your typical bar or tent bar setting.
Right.
So it's not like everybody's getting like rowdy or anything. It's just more of a restaurant.
Right.
We were eating. It was like 8 p.m. We had met around 6. It was 8-ish. He starts flipping out. He keeps calling her and calling her and texting her and calling her and calling her. Why aren't you going home? Why aren't you going home? Why aren't you going home? And so I was like, what did you do to have your boyfriend completely flip out all of a sudden?
No, it's not her.
And so this
problem.
is exactly. So this is what happened. This is the story. This is why I wanted to tell you guys the difference between the personality and cheating.
The insecurity.
We found out he was going to the karaoke's where you can ask people to kind of help and sing and be there with you. Now there's different levels of it.
Female singers, right?
Yeah, but there's different levels of
right,
this.
like
And he was going to the bottom of the totem pole.
Oh my goodness!
So like the super cheap places.
Oh my gosh!
So like we're talking, like literally just your average place where you can just go sing with a bunch of friends. But if you ask the owner,
it's not like 노래방. We say we can teenager. They don't sell drinks.
Yeah,
no
but these
alcohol.
places they sell drinks. But it's not your high end places where they're a lot more expensive.
Right.
So now, how did she find this out?
How?
He took pictures while he was drunk on his phone, and he forgot to erase them.
That is just so pathetic. I'm sorry.
So he's going out and having a time of his life, turning off his phone, not picking up the phone while he drinks, and so all of a sudden he gets super insecure with the way she's acting.
Right.
When she's just with her friends, because he says he's, quote, with his friends.
Exactly.
And every time, and we were a lot younger back then, we were, in our early 20s, so because of that, he was very insecure. So this is where the insecurity and that kind of bad trust-related,
the trustworthy issue.
That madness starts.
Oh, yes.
So it's very different, like we're talking about. See, Lena, your boyfriend right now, he's just that type of person. He's just very curious. He likes to stay on top of things. I think it's just a habit for him to keep asking these questions. Because if he's trying to be like, it's too cheap. Why is it cheap? Is it not cotton? If he's like that on a daily basis,
personality. Like
that's
I said,
just him.
Yeah, it's just him.
But if he's doing what I just described, like he was great, nothing was a problem, and then all of a sudden that happens. That kind of backstory is probably going to fall behind it.
Yep.
I wanted to add,
never know.
Lena, I don't know what nationality you are, so I don't know what ethnic background you have, but I've noticed that Korean men, the reason why we say that they are very protective is, number one, yes, a culture difference.
Yes.
But number two, it does have to do with confidence. American men, from what I've seen, and Korean American men, from what I've seen,
they're very family oriented.
They are. And they don't mind if their girlfriend wears a short skirt. Now, this is why.
They're proud of it.
Exactly. They are proud to see when guys look at her legs.
It's like, but this is mine.
But
sorry.
this is
you cannot
mine.
take it.
You can't have her. But in Korea, when it comes to guys, what I've seen more oftentimes than most is that guys are insecure. They feel that if their girlfriend wears a short skirt, that he knows what those, because you said this earlier, guys know what guys think. So that guy knows what that guy's going to think. So he doesn't want that guy thinking.
He doesn't want that. He just want to have,
that's himself.
Yeah, like you put that, in privacy. So that is why, like your friend's situation, he wants his girlfriend to be home while he
goes out and plays.
Exactly, because he wants that secureness. Because otherwise, if she's outside, he'd be very insecure about that.
Exactly.
So
is she doing what I'm doing?
Exactly.
Is she going to not pick up the phone? Is she going to do exactly what I'm doing?
Yeah.
And it goes vice versa. The girl does this too. I've done this too. When I started going out and partying, if my boyfriend was calling, I'd be like, no, I'll pick it up later.
Yeah.
And then I'll pick it up like way after when I go home and I was like, oh, I was sleeping.
I know.
so-
So relationship is really hard.
But yeah,
that's why I'm not in a relationship. I don't like it. Me don't like it. I want have my freedom.
So
Yes,
exactly.
I don't like that.
So, Lena, I think I'd have to say that it's not so much that you can kind of stop him for doing this. He just likes to be aware of what you're doing.
Yeah.
I think that if you're in the relationship long enough, you're gonna find yourself being more detailed from the get-go. So I think that if you're in the relationship long enough, once you start talking with your boyfriend, let's say in the morning on the way to work, you're gonna naturally tell him what your day is going to be like.
Right.
Right off the bat.
Right.
You're going to be
Like a
like
reporter.
Yeah, you're going to be like a reporter. You're going to be like, yeah,
my
so I'm
gosh.
planning on going to lunch with
And
my
that's-
boss at 12 o'clock.
That's a relationship, but so why?
Well, that's the choice that Lena has to make, but you know.
I
I don't think that has anything to do with a trust issue. I think it's just him. So I don't think you have to worry
sorry,
about, you don't have to worry about him
But if
cheating.
it gets too worse, please tell us because
Yeah.
share the story all with the details. Otherwise, for now, I mean, because he's very cautious about, especially when you go, on shopping, because a lot of men don't like shopping.
Yeah.
So, your boyfriend, it's a very special case. So,
He is a very special case.
so let us know what happened and
Okay.
keep on posted. the updates.
keep us posted.
Yep.
All right, so backing up, we still need you guys to tell us if Joanne, our first story, ugly truth teller, she's working with a guy who dated her friend. They're no longer dating, and now he asked her out. So should she go out with him, A, or B, keep the friendship with her friend and not date him? Send in your votes. What we're gonna do is take a listen to a 2 a.m.
Yes,
track.
yes.
Break up well.
잘 이별하기.
잘 이별하기. So we're going to take a listen to this and we'll see you guys after this.
Okay.
All right, we're back.
Yes, we are.
And we've got our last story from Indonesia.
All right, so this is from Ichni. Hello, Ichni. Hi, ladies. I have a close friend here in my office. We always eat lunch together and sometimes hang out together too. She is only real friend I have here in my office. The other people, more like a fake friend, someone who can stab you from your back. Last Monday, she told me she got a job interview and almost 100% she will moved. It was really a bad news for me, and silently I prayed to God that I hope she failed the interview. Although I knew she was really happy, she's really not happy here. She felt depressed working in this company, and she was very happy when she got the chance to move. Last Tuesday, she told me that she failed the interview. Okay, so she was really down because of that, and suddenly I felt bad. I felt like I'm a bad friend and selfish, because I feel I give a contribution to her failure. If I really a good friend, should I feel happy when she's happy? And one thing, even I said I felt bad for that, deep inside my heart, I couldn't tell that I feel sad. I even felt happy because she is going to stay with me. Am I really a bad friend?
No.
No, Ichini.
No, you're not a bad friend.
That's just like life. Because you
You don't want her to leave.
Yeah, and then she didn't fail because you prayed.
Yeah.
She did not fail because you prayed. It doesn't make any sense, Ichini. Please. No.
Wishful thinking in either way does not change what happens.
Yeah, and you know what? If you want to tell her, don't be afraid to tell her.
Well, I think that brutal honesty in those situations is okay, but it could hurt sometimes. For you
Like
to
when
wish,
she's like desperate to move to other company.
but I mean, a true friend would, I think, encourage her, even though you would miss her.
I know, and you need that.
Of course.
But like after all, this is already like, after the result.
This is the aftermath. I mean, she didn't get it already, and she's going to be staying with you, so of course you're going to feel happy.
Yeah, you can
You're
just say,
sad for her.
but you can say, I'm happy you're here with me,
So that doesn't make you a bad friend, because in the end, you're not sad. You said that you felt bad for wishing her. I think it's this. It's kind of like, this happens a lot, especially in Korea, because the competition between the first in the class and the second in the class is so big here because of studying and whatever. So a lot of times people who are in second place are just like, I wish she doesn't. As long as you didn't act on it to help her or make her fail her interview, then just wishful thinking is not going to make you a bad person.
No. It's, so you're a good friend, actually, because you really care about her.
Because I've always wished that Johnny Depp would go back on the market, but as soon as he went back on the market, he got off the market. So, I mean, just because I wish for that doesn't mean that makes me a bad person.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I understand where you're coming from. You kind of feel bad because you wish that she didn't get the interview and she really didn't. So you kind of feel guilty of being that kind of a friend.
Yeah,
but
that's the word, guiltiness. But you know what? No,
it's something that you don't have to feel bad about. You're happy that she's there. If you want to kind of wash away your guilt, then maybe try and take her out to dinner and try to make her feel better. But in the end, you're celebrating that she's still there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that she didn't lose the job, which is the job that you guys have together.
Yeah.
She didn't lose that. She's not like a homeless or something like that, So
it's not like she got kicked out.
Exactly. So. She's not like jobless or, she's just maybe because you felt bad because she was depressed. And she wasn't happy when she was working in that company. But you know what? I think it's better to have a job these days. And then, failing the interview, it will happen like thousands of times, like so many times that you can't even count.
So it's not just because of you. Yeah, so you don't have to feel guilty.
Nope.
Now, I know that Stephanie has a story that she wanted to help out today. So another one, just before we go.
Because I actually got his story, which is it's Kevin. It's one of the royal listener, our Arirang Radio. And then he sent this problem yesterday, but I was misunderstood about his situation about him and his friend, which is their like very, very good friend, but he likes her.
Okay.
But so I told him, so I told him exactly. So I told him it was White Day, so why don't you just make an excuse, use that day to confess. Yeah, make a confession.
In the States, we do that on Valentine's Day.
So otherwise, if she, denies, then you have another excuse to say, I was just kidding. I was just being, you can a little bit goofy about that day. But he didn't have a chance. But they go shopping often. They hang out often. He, buys her, the dinner, and then, try to make a plan to go to restaurants, the fancy restaurant, and which is like, he's already like thinking that he wants to, to date her, right? But, so I was saying that, just ask her. And then, because I was teasing him, he used that girlfriend word, so I thought that he already like proposed, like he already, asked her out, but it wasn't happening.
Okay.
So I gave him the advice that, it's before the relationship and then you like her, but maybe I thought she was a little
interested,
or maybe she was getting a little too comfortable around him, and I don't want that because I knew that they were friend, right? So to check her out, to check her reaction, I told him to not to be too available for her, because girls, when they get used to when the guy approach first each time, they know that girls, their mind is simple-minded, so they know that he's gonna, continue to
be nice to them.
Yeah. So one day, if you just don't, if you just stop that being a gentleman and play that little, game, then she will react. But
differently.
it's important after that.
I think, Kevin, you're already in the friend zone. So I think it's going to be really hard for you to jump out of the friend zone.
I think it's, just don't make too comfortable from now
Yeah,
on.
so I agree with Stephanie. I think that because you're already kind of deep in the friend zone, if you continue to do this, it's going to be like, oh, my best friend is so sweet. Yeah, you don't want that.
And then after that, she'd be like, oh, I have a boyfriend.
Exactly.
What should I do?
What should I do? So, you don't want to, you don't want to deepen yourself into the friend zone over there. I'd say, kind of be like Stephanie's saying, be unavailable for a while. Start talking about other girls in front of her. Or start not trying so hard to get her affection.
Friends do that.
Yeah. So it'll be a lot easier for you. So
otherwise if you, oh my goodness. Cause we say like kab and which is like being an A position and B position. If you are too available, like we said, you know what, she will think you as a friend more deeply. So it's like, don't do that.
Yeah. Try to get yourself out of the friend zone as much as possible. Mm-hmm. All right. So, what did our listeners have advice for Australia's Joanne today? Well, it looks like everybody went with Team B. So, Team B won. Everybody wrote Team B today.
Of course.
Surprisingly enough, Joanne, 9 out of 10 of our listeners said that they've had some experience with this, and they gave either first party or second party or third party advice. Now, the one that I chose today is Savitri from Indonesia. And the reason why I did this is because it's not so much that she gave the best advice. She had the most relatable story. Mm-hmm. So what happened is she was in the third party, and this happened to her friends. Mm-hmm. So her friends had this situation where friend A dated the guy, and then he broke up with her, and then B dated the guy, and then A, like you, didn't know that they were dating until later. Okay. This broke her heart, and then now none of them are friends. So she lost her friends because of one guy.
Situation.
So I wanted to choose her because this is what could happen. You can lose a lot of friends just because of one guy.
Exactly. And it's like, that's very like, it's obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's obvious. It's the obvious results. FT Island, I think, is singing it perfectly. Can't Have You.
가질 수 없는 너.
We're going to listen to this track, and we will see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.